are still asking, what triggered the sudden movement from ADC to NDC?
Those millions of Nigerians have followed Obi and Konkoso in droves to the ADC. The portal of NDC to NDC, the portal of NDC right now, that is Nigeria Democratic Congress. For the past 3 days or thereabout, the surge is much.
But it was only yesterday they announced.
Yes, there was a rumor before then that.
So people now cleared the path.
Yes, so much so that the leadership of the party complained that their server had crashed as at 2 days ago and all that. So
the NDC server,
2 days before
it crashed.
Yes, it did crash
Because of the rush.
Yes. So what is it that triggered it? One, Nigerians want a change, true change. We want to get out of the present situation we found ourselves. Nigerians are tired of hearing negative stories about fatherland. This country is too blessed to be witnessing every day insecurity situation, the economic hardship, the directionless of the present government, the non-people policies of the Tinubu administration is what has triggered it. And then they have identified a possible candidate that can do that, and that is in Peter Obi. For instance, I was
according to you,
according to me and millions of other Nigerians, I was in the PDP, right? Why Peter Obi?
About 2 months ago.
Yes. Is it up to 2 months? About a month ago, I was in the PDP. While Peter Obi was in the ADC, I didn't join him.
He was in the Labour Party.
When he moved to ADC, I didn't join him. I reached out to him because I have access to him. I said, sir, I hope there was a deal. If there was no deal with the national leader of ADC, which is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Who made him national leader?
He is the most senior member of the party as former vice president of Nigeria. Naturally, he should be the national leader.
So it's not that he railroaded himself.
No. It's naturally should be accorded to him.
Okay.
He earned it, right? So I did state that to him, that if there's no deal, that he's going to put the interests of the Nigerian people forward above his aspiration, then, sir, it's a waste of time. Because while in the PDP, of course, I made public that, yes, I'm a member of PDP, but I'm obedient, right? Because all the while, we were working very hard to bring back Obi to the PDP, because already we had zoned our ticket to southern Nigeria. And the two possible aspirants we were considering was either the former president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, and Peter Obi.
In PDP?
In the PDP at the time. So all of what we were doing, going for that convention in Ibadan and all that, was just all about ensuring that we get the party together so that we can present a better alternative to what we have today in the villa. But of course, the villa, through Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, destabilized the party.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. It's in the public domain, sir, that Nyesom Wike has, while being in the PDP, declared that he's going to support Tinubu. There are
alliances, Dixon.
No, I don't have any challenge with him saying he was going to support Tinubu. But you don't do that to the party that gave you everything that you have become. You could have moved. We had the former FCT minister, who is now governor of Bauchi State. When he was in AMPP, Jonathan appointed him to become the FCT minister. He didn't destabilize the AMPP. He rather resigned from the AMPP and officially joined the PDP.
He ought to have been a good example.
Exactly. So what we expected from Nyesom Wike was that. But the government used him as an enabler to the crisis.
Because government officials say that most of the crises in the opposition parties are self-inflicted, and I'm sure we'll get to that.
No, we'll get to that, but to even tackle that immediately, the chief of staff to the president exposed it. The president himself exposed it.
How?
So the chief of staff did say it in Kogi State, go in there, scatter them.
Where was he?
Kogi State at an event. He was referring to the ADC at the time. But of course, the president's own, at the opening of the new FIRS building, he did state it clearly that maybe I will send Akpabio or whatever to go and continue to confuse them and all that. So directly, the president didn't pretend about it. But let's even keep that aside. So from the PDP, I stayed in there until it got to where we are now. And because I have aspiration, I went back home and my people told me clearly, how possible is it that PDP is going to be on the ballot? I couldn't answer that question. And of course, I also said I wasn't going to be moving to any political party where my leader, the people's president, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Peter Obi is. That's where I would be. And that actually is what the people wanted. And I resigned from the PDP about 2-3 weeks ago and joined the ADC. And we started moving and all that. And of course, the court case. We went to the Supreme Court. I was there. I was asking myself, this is the final arbiter. This is the final court in the land. So if, there was a case at the lower court and all that, but it has come before you now, is there no way that common sense could prevail and you would say, bring it up? And knowing also that democracy was being threatened, they had a chance to save democracy. But they did try by saying the status quo ante bellum, that the INEC chairman, who is a professor of law, a senior advocate of Nigeria, interpreted to suit himself and suit those who taking care of that. Yes. But I felt that the Supreme Court referring or taking us back to the lower court was a trap. And
to high
our
court.
Leaders, lower court from the Supreme Court. So our leaders knew also they have big players in the game, and we have seen all of the activities of government to destabilize the opposition. So we saw it as a trap. And of course, that's the reason that Mr. Peter Obi gave, and much other issues that may have also happened.
Don't you think they use that as an alibi?
It may have been
NDC, because why I'm saying this is there were allegations that, of course, if not Peter Obi, no one else. And
allegations?
Some Obidians believe that already Atiku has ADC in his pocket. And therefore, people were just thinking, okay, what is the exit route? Now, that judgment by the Supreme Court cleared the path, and then it was sold to Nigeria.
You see, first, I have a lot of respect for the former vice president. I worked for him in 2019. And of course, after the court cases and all that up to Supreme Court, really were lost, I did him an open letter. It's in my book. I did him an open letter saying, sir, 2023 is the turn of southern Nigeria. And you have succeeded in bringing this Igbo man to the center, this southeasterner to the center.
When Peter will be served as his vice president.
As his vice president in 2019. Support him if you want even your son. In that letter, I stated, if you want your son, Adamu, who is my friend, as VP, sir, we'll do it. But it is the turn of southern Nigeria. Atiku didn't listen to the likes of me.
Has he responded to the letter?
He didn't respond to that one. The one I got response from is the recent one that I did to him before the final realignment that happened. So I have lots of respect for him. But honestly, he has missed a wonderful opportunity to become the father of the new Nigeria.
How do you mean?
He would have naturally, sir, the southern Nigeria still has 4 years to go. You may say, oh, it's not written in your own constitution, and all. That's all trying to play the ostrich. The country that colonized Nigeria does not have a written constitution. Britain doesn't have a written constitution. There can be gentleman agreement. And knowing also what the people want. If you are a leader and you're not feeling the pulse of the people that are following you, then you're not a good leader. Or you're pretending to be leading those people. So I felt that he would have read the mood of the nation and united, especially that he has succeeded in, bringing on board to the same political party people who contended with him in 2023. We had the Konkoso, we had the Peter Obi, you had Rotimi Amechi, and himself in one political party. What he should have done is be their leader, as he is actually in the party. That's why I said to you, naturally, it is accorded to him that he is the national leader. Like Tinubu did in 2014, 2015. The APC, when they wanted to sack the PDP, they went for the winning candidate. They went for Muhammadu Buhari. And that was why they won that election. Anyone else outside Muhammadu Buhari in 2014, when they had their primaries, if they produce a Rochas Okorocha, or a Atiku, or a Kwankwaso, they wouldn't have won Jonathan.
why some
So
pundits are not taking the movement seriously?
Which movement?
The movement of Obi and Atiku. I mean, Obi and Konkoso to NDCs. Let's have a scenario now.
Yes.
Assuming when they joined the NDC.
Yes. The NDC or the APC or the ADC.
The ADC.
Yes.
And Atiku gave them commitment that I will play the fatherly role, a statesman role. I will not contest. I will support you. Do you think, with all sense of responsibility, after this Supreme Court judgment, they will still defect to another party?
They won't have defected.
They wouldn't have
defected. They would have stayed in there knowing that they are united for a common purpose. But it became clear that any of them could be used by the ruling party that is already destabilizing everything, could be used, because once there's a crack, you understand, the lizard can creep in. So it's not possible they could have, even if they were going to leave, they would have all left together. It would have been a plan of the group of, that is all of them. They would have all agreed. It appears that this vehicle, because after all, a political party is only a vehicle to move you to where you're going to. So they would have seen that, okay, this one is broken down. And they would have unanimously said, let's embark.
So basically they move because they know for sure that Atiku will not back out.
But it's clear. First, like I said, even me, the little me in the political arena, when that setup happened, I said, various platforms where I made my intervention, I said clearly, Atiku is the owner of this platform. Because if it was a case of, it was the rascality of some group of people in the PDP that moved him out of the PDP. Okay, sir, you now have a party that you're in charge of. In fact, even the national headquarters of the party is your former campaign office. So he was in charge. What he would have done, like when people kept saying to me that in 2022, Atiku was saying if he's going to be microzoned to Southeast, that he would have now stepped down. That's a blatant lie. And I said, here is an opportunity for him to prove that statement that is accredited to him. I wouldn't call Atiku a liar, but that statement was a lie. I don't know whether it came from him or not. Anybody who was saying it at that time, I told them that that's a lie. Because Atiku wouldn't have left PDP if he wasn't running for 2027. He wouldn't have left PDP. It would have been clear because PDP had zoned his ticket to southern Nigeria and was ready to correct the mistake of 2023. Right? So he knew that he had no place in the PDP. That's why he moved. So I knew that ADC was for Atiku. I knew. And that was why I said, when my principal, Peter Obi, moved to ADC, I told him personally that, sir, if there was no deal, this is a mistake.
But was there a deal? Has he told you there was
but
before you joined? Before you joined?
No, there was no deal. However, yes, like I said, INEC had already blown the whistle. And I needed to calculate because, like I said, I'm running. If I wasn't contesting for House of Reps, I possibly wouldn't have left.
So ultimately, I may not be wrong if I said all the permutations, all the movement, it's not far, I mean, from self-serving purpose.
No. Desire to serve the nation is not self-serving. And if you desire to serve, then you must also follow what the template that has been set by INEC. If INEC didn't activate this very, as far as I'm concerned, draconian schedule against the 2027 election, we wouldn't be running helter-skelter here. We will be taking time to, sort our internal issues as the case may be. But here, we knew, sir, after God is government. So, no, you can't fight government, especially when government has taken a position against you. So we knew that the government had taken a position against the opposition.
Allegedly.
No, sir.
Because, yes, those in government, I'm coming, those in government keep saying that, look, Nigerians, stop blaming us. Check the internal workings
of the
opposition parties.
Are they saying Nigerians are stupid people?
No. They are saying
can't we see what they are doing?
They are saying,
can't we hear what they are saying?
Those managing opposition political parties are fooling themselves.
How come same template applied to PDP, same template applied to LP, same template applied to ADC? Come on.
Well, even today we had that
another template for NDC.
NDC.
But that's, by the way, the NDC is
don't dismiss it.
No,
the same thing. No, I'm coming.
The time
when the movement to ADC,
Yes,
was
happened.
gathering momentum.
Yes. Nobody knew that we were going
All
to get.
people said, no, this trend, there is no barrier.
Yes.
It will get there.
Yes.
And where are we now?
No.
So how sure are you that NDC will also survive the alleged onslaught?
It's not the same thing. One, the time is too short for them to go and plot whatever they want to plot. That's one. And again, you see, NDC today is like the John the Baptist in the Bible. No, ADC is like the John the Baptist in the Bible that came, prepared the way for the coming of the Christ. Now, ADC has cleared that path, the coming of the Christ, the savior of the present state of our country, which is the platform that the opposition has now moved into.
You are going
NDC.
spiritual.
No, I'm
we're talking about
telling you because
the
the ground has been
capacity.
prepared for that.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the capacity and then the sincerity
No,
of the players.
If today, right, with all the facts available to all of us, the government succeeds now again in destabilizing the NDC, then it will be clear to all of us.
I'm telling you.
Then it will be clear
I'm
to
telling
all
you
of us that they
many-
want anarchy.
Dixon, many Nigerians started dismissing that claim that it is the ruling party that is disorganizing the opposition.
Many
Whereby
Nigerians.
the way
Mention
you
the
are-
many Nigerians. Where are the many Nigerians?
I may
Nigerians
not be
know.
one of them, but I wish we will open the line.
We
And
can
then
open the
proceed,
line.
Of course, you will hear what they are saying. Now look at the comments even on social media.
That what?
After the movement of Peter Obi and
the NDC and
NDC, they say,
yes.
okay, this is self-serving.
How?
If they really meant business, why can't they fight to finish?
No, there's no fight. You see, if you know that this opponent, I don't want to use the word the president used to address the opposition. He called them enemies. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, called fellow citizens of Nigeria who are against legitimately his policies and all that his government is doing. They referred to them that when the leadership of the leaders of Plateau State had a courtesy call and all of that. Listening to the president in that very event, I was disgusted. So he just told us the mind of the so-called father of the nation.
Well, he is not so-called.
No,
president.
I'm using that now because he has
taken out of office.
He has shown.
He's recognized
Sir,
as the president.
The president.
Whether he's
The
in
president.
advocacy,
The
he's
president.
the president.
I haven't taken that away from him. However,
Then you have to withdraw
role-
that so-called.
the role-
You have to withdraw the so-called.
no, I haven't withdrawn. I haven't
But you
taken.
withdraw the so-called.
No,
But
sir.
President is president.
The so-called father of the nation. He is president, all right. But father of the nation is by the acts, his ability to see everyone as his citizens. He has failed in that. That is why I can use the so-called.
In
But
what-
he is
in what area?
president
In what area?
In the area of seeing fellow citizens who may not necessarily agree with him, his policies and his style of government, and are proffering new direction and all of that. He refers to them as enemies. That can trigger, as commander-in-chief, that can trigger the armed forces against fellow Nigerians, against citizens of the country. That was terrible coming from so-called father of the nation. He is president, he is commander-in-chief, but he does not, show that he qualifies to be called father
There
of
is
the
this
nation.
allegation that both Konkoso and Obi are afraid to face real contest.
I was going there.
No, we have 2 minutes because
The new electoral act gave us two options.
yes,
Consensus or direct primaries. We know that direct primaries will be a chaotic thing to organize. Even INEC has not succeeded in conducting a proper election
so
in the
you
country.
see that as booby trap.
Of course it is. So what the party should have done, because the new electoral act also gave more power to the party. What the party should have done is consider the mood of the nation and adopt a consensus candidate for a winning purpose. That is where I said Alhaji Atiku Abubakar missed an opportunity to become the father of the new nation that we want to have.
Okay, finally, do you think the obedience?
Yes.
Let me also say the so-called obedience.
No,
and
you can't
this-
say that.
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you
saying
become
it.
partisan?
You said
Which one?
no,
Which
no,
one?
no. I'm also going to say the so-called
Okay.
Konkosia.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Fanatics. They,
Yes.
they call you all of these
It's
names
okay.
because the fanaticism in all of it. Do you think you people will reconcile?
Reconcile
Because
what?
The Konkosia guys will say they want Konkoso to be the candidate.
No, don't worry. I can assure you, it is sealed, signed, and locked up. Peter Obi and that is Obi and Kwankwaso, Nigeria will be okay. It is concluded already. There is no, all of those narratives won't work. You wouldn't have seen them together move into the same political party at the same time. It's a concluded deal.
You think Kwankwaso will agree to serve as
Kwankwaso is the next vice president of Nigeria. Peter Obi is the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And sir, Nigeria will be okay.
Finally, in 1 minute or less, Umar Ardo headed to Court of Appeal because he said the registration of NDC was illegal.
It's not in his place to announce to us what is illegal or legal. So let him go to wherever he wants to go to. Like I said to you, whatever destabilizing steps they want to take, the time is too short. That is why they were taken unaware. As far as they were concerned, Tinubu wanted to just be coronated in 2027 as president. Unfortunately for him, Nigerians had other plans. There will be a contest and we will sack him. He will go back to Bodilon in 2027.
So are you now finally saying ADC is gone?
ADC is already a shadow of itself since 24 hours ago that Peter Obi and Kwankwaso left. ADC is now more like an empty coffin. More like. But I would appeal to them. It's not also too late to realize that there was a mistake made. The leadership of the party, that's the ADC, they can still form alliance with this group of people. What is important to all of us is our nation. We need to save this country from the state where we are in. We're in a ditch. And if we don't get out of here, I don't know whether Tinubu has a plan to keep Nigeria going if he were to come back in 2027. And we say, God forbid that he comes back.
All right, thank you, Mazi.